Motion Pictures, A Chinese Odyssey, Parts 1 and 2,
Hmm.
by the fine, fine folks at Shout Factory. Oh, wait, hold on. It has a slipcover. So, Joe, this is yet another adaptation of Journey to the West. You might remember Journey to the West when I talked about it twice a couple weeks ago. Yeah, they were just, okay. So now, Joe, we're going back in time to the 90s to see the practical effects version of those movies. Only it's really not. I guess these are more of a prequel with some of the same characters. From what I gather, Journey to the West is like this long, convoluted book, 100 chapters or so, and it just goes fucking on and 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 on. So people just tend to pick characters and situations and make movies like that. So this one, Stephen Chow, some dude in old timey China, he's blind, the leader of the Axe Gang, like in the hit motion picture Kung Fu Hustle.
It all connects, huh?
It all doesn't connect. There's just happens to be an Axe Gang back then. So a couple whores roll into town. It turns out they're demons. They say, "Hey, we're looking for this longevity monk. We want to eat him and become immortal ourselves." But one of these demons, she had a lost love, Joe. And she's been waiting for her love to come back because he was banished for 500 years, 5,000 years, 1,000 years, some amount of time. And he was the Monkey King. And it turns out old Stephen Chow is the Monkey King.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yep. Yep. So that's kind of the fucking first movie, just dealing with that situation. And it was all right, you know. There were some practical effects. The spider creature looked cool in this one. I'm sure a modern audience today would say I'm a fucking idiot for saying that,
Or for
but
any.
that's correct. But it was lit cool with some spooky fog and lighting, and it was just a big, dumb, practical monster. So I liked it. I thought that was cool. There's a reoccurring gag where Stephen Chow's balls get set on fire, and they think the only way to put it out is by kicking him in the balls repeatedly. So that just amps up like, oh, the first time it's just one guy stomping his nuts to pancakes, and then oh, it's like 20 guys stomping his nuts to pancakes.
Fucking sounds great.
So like that was fine. It was fine. I like it a little better than Journey to the West. Like it was okay, but again, Joe, do you remember Mooly Tao, his Mooly Tao brand of comedy?
Yeah.
See, that's the only thing you're gonna take away from all these Stephen Chow movies, and you'll be at a convention and
Oh,
hear
Blue.
like you'll hear somebody, you'll be like, "You fucking pricks." But yeah, I mean, you know, a big part of comedy is language. Sure, I was going to say Stephen King, but Stephen Chow has in wrestling, as they say, the it factor. So
Steve, as we call him.
that's right. So, I mean, you can buy him as an actor. He's good emoting with his face and his eyes and all that shit. But when you're reading subtitles and you don't know the language, there's just something lost and you're not gonna fucking get it. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. I'm sure for Cantonese speaking people, they enjoy this way more than I did. But with most of these, like what I've been saying, there's just something lost in translation. Kung Fu Hustle was fucking great because that was like they had an American producer on that movie
Yeah.
too. They weren't just going for the fucking Chinese audience and shit. This was supposed to be like a worldwide fucking movie thing. So it was okay. Then we get to part two. Stephen Chow as the Monkey King. He was transported back in the past to
Tra-
when that's right, because it's so progressive. He was transported back to the past where the Monkey King was first imprisoned and you're seeing like oh his love from back then and his love from a little bit further because I want it's a multiverse type movie, but it's really just dealing with like reincarnation and you being this person from the past and finding them reincarnated at this time. And it's supposed to be like a tragic love story. And again, it's okay. There's some funny stuff, but it's just I don't speak the language. I'm sure the subtitles aren't great because fucking they say bro a lot. Like a character calls another character bro a lot, a lot, a lot. I'm just like, that's so fucking modern and shit. Like, I can't trust these fucking subtitles. So it's just, I mean, wordplay with their language and shit's lost. There's I was sold on this movie by like creature effects in Kung Fu. There are creature effects. They're okay.
Is there?
There there's some Kung Fu, but the creature effects, like they're okay, and there's some, but they don't give a fuck about edges, dude. You just see wrinkles all over the edge of the makeup and shit, and it's just like if you would have just taken a little bit of time, this would have been all right. But they do close-ups like they don't give a fuck, and you just see like hard wrinkled edges and shit. And not to be a dick, the makeups aren't fucking terrific to begin with. They're not Hollywood world class makeups. They're fucking modestly budget Chinese character makeups.
Yeah.
If and again, I'm not a fantasy movie guy, and these are definitely fantasy movies. So if you're a fantasy movie fan, I would say yes. Check these out. There's some cool sets. There's some cool lighting. Like there's cool stuff in here that I appreciate, like characters go into other characters' bodies and they have these sets of like their veins and the hearts and shit. It looks cheap, but I mean it's cool. It's like, oh look, look what they tried to do and shit. Like there's some cool stuff there, but again, it's another one of these Stephen Chow movies where I'm just like, yeah, it was all right. Um, I think I've seen enough. I know dude has like 8 million fucking movies, but I think I've seen enough to say, you know, Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer, which I want to rewatch, but I still have a few more fucking Chinese movies, and I'm already like, God damn. But this was the last of the Stephen Chow fucking movies that I ordered because new ones that come out. And yeah, hit and miss. The best one, Kung Fu Hustle for sure, because it's made for the American audiences. The one on the set, fucking ouch, officer, my foot, or whatever the fuck, where people were getting shot up with squibs like a motherfucker.
What a fucking title.
That
Right.
one was good. The one Vinegar Syndrome put out was funny. Like, that makes sense that, okay, that's more of like a wider audience could appreciate that. It has like funny gags, and Out of the Dark was okay, and the other ones are just kinda like, yeah, they're alright. I can kinda see their appeal, but yeah, if you like Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer, and that's all you've seen, go forward first and then go backwards. Beijing with Love, God of Cookery, King of Comedy, like, those ones always pop up as, like, oh, his best movies, like, on these special features and commentary tracks, they're always like, "Oh, those are his best movies," so we'll probably never get releases of those. But for here, there's commentary tracks with, Frank Jang, I think his name is. He was co-producer on, Dave's movie, The Clones of Bruce Lee. Is that what it's called?
Good dude, Frank Chang.
His commentaries were alright, but again, when you don't really give a fuck about the movies, there's a couple interviews on here from authors, a couple interviews from the directors, nothing from Steve and Chow. If you like these movies, then this is a solid fucking set for sure. But I don't like fantasy movies. I was just like, yeah, let's watch Steve and Chow stuff. And oh, they're releasing new shit. Great. I'm in. And I'm not keeping it. I might. There's, for reference, you're like, oh, there's this image, like the spider shit, how it was lit, like that looks cool. And I just don't know. The release is solid if you like the movies. If you like fantasy movies, check them out because I think they'll definitely be shit for you. But fucking Kung Fu Hustle, dog. Just fucking stick to Kung Fu Hustle and say, yeah, that was pretty fucking dope. But again, ouch, officer, my foot. That was surprisingly wild. That one was pretty fucking good too. I'll give it that for sure. That one was pretty fucking good too. But yeah, I'll watch Shaolin Soccer 2 when it comes out, the Mermaid 2, whatever the fuck shit they already have shot and he's coming out with, but it's gonna be a it's gonna be a minute to like unless he fucking gets hit by a bus tomorrow and everyone's like, "Oh," then it's like, "Well, shit, now I guess I gotta watch another Stephen Chow movie," but it'll probably be a fucking minute, dude. Because like, I get it. I get the appeal. The dude's a good actor. Like I said, he has the it factor. He knows how to work his face and his eyes so all people can understand the language of expression, but
Yeah.
as far as the other shit go, I mean, it's okay. I understand the appeal, but I'm a fucking American, so
All right.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. Until next time.